All right. Okay, I'm back. Okay, sorry about that. What's up, guys? AW here on this Sunday night. How y'all doing? Hope all doing good. I really do. All right, what are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do here this Sunday's night? We're gonna talk about. Actually, I'm gonna bring back my show. It's all about wrestling on this night for tonight episode. No, it's all about wrestling. It's talk pop. That's from my other channel, and for some reason, it's not showing up. I gotta see my video storage. All right. For some reason, it's not showing up. The viewers. I don't know why. Why it's not showing up. How many viewers are watching on this stream? Usually, that's not the case. Usually, it does show that. But yeah, welcome to Let's Talk Pop, episode 92. Now, this is the first episode of Let's Talk Pop in about 3 or 4 months. So yeah, that's why we're just episode 92. We're the 92nd episode in. I hope to see you in the chat, guys. Why is my internet slow today? I really do hope to see you in my chat. Oh, it's frozen. Shit. Okay, I'm back. I don't know. Fuck, this is not good. Oh my fucking god. But yeah, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry. I'm in a mess right now for some reason. I'm in a mess. I don't even know why it's not showing anything. I don't even know why. Here we go. This is better. Are you kidding me? Oh, fucking sick. Okay, that's good. But I don't know why. Come watch my stream if you want to, please. It will help me out. But I don't know why my stream is acting like this. Actually, it is. I think it's fine now. But yeah, not a very active stream tonight. I could tell. But it's episode 92 of Let's Talk Pop. If you're new here, some of you have been new for a while, so you may not know what the show is about. It's basically a pop culture show. We talk about movies, TV shows, video games, comics. It's basically a news kind of a news show in the world of pop culture. I know some of you have been new over the months to this channel, so you may not have seen the pop culture show, but that's what it basically is. All right. So welcome aboard. Welcome aboard to Let's Talk Pop. And I do hope you enjoy the show. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. Let's see. Check out my description down below. A lot of things we're going to try to get covered as much as I can. I might not make this a night show. I might make this an afternoon show to let you know in the future. Not exactly a late show. But yeah, so let's see what I've talked. Obviously the thumbnail. The thumbnail. Obviously the thumbnail. That's the main topic. Gladiator, Red One. That's also in the thumbnail. Just to mention Red One. James Gunn. That's in here. Star Wars won't have a movie releasing in December. Ice Age. Doom Prophecy debuts with 71% on Rotten Tomatoes. That debuts tonight. Doom Prophecy. I haven't seen it. Zack Snyder is set to direct an action thriller set inside Los Angeles Police Department and Netflix. That's what I got here. New look at Scarlett Johansson, Jurassic Park World Rebirth. Popeye the movie. Yes, Popeye is a horror movie with Popeye. Dan Aykroyd says he don't expect to start another Ghostbusters movie ever again. But yeah, so there's stuff there to talk about with. So we're gonna talk about that. Definitely. So please come in the chat. Okay? Please come in the chat and let's discuss. If you got the invite, maybe with Grassy. Okay. I noticed that doesn't work Blue Sky very well, the links. That's what I noticed. But okay, man, let's get into this. So Amazon, if Amazon is developing a live action Lara Croft Tomb Raider series, okay, a series featuring the Tomb Raider, Lara Croft from Tomb Raider, right? Live action. Yes, on Netflix right now there is. On Netflix right now there is. There is the animated show. Haley Atwell is voicing Lara Croft. I only watched one episode, so I can't say if it's good or bad. Okay. I don't know if I plan to watch the rest of it, so don't take my word for that show, please. Please. But that's not obviously that's not what I'm talking about here. Amazon has acquired the rights to do a Lara Croft Tomb Raider live action show series. Okay. and it's gonna feature right. It's gonna right. We're not getting a sequel to the 2018 film. Nothing like that's happening. We're not gonna get a sequel to that. Okay, that has been canceled. That was announced, but it's canceled now. We're not getting anything like that anymore. Okay, we're not getting that. But yes, so they found their Lara Croft. Looks like they found their Lara Croft, who's gonna play the famous Tomb Raider, the famous Lara Croft, and it's Game of Thrones star, X-Men star. Yeah, I call her X-Men star, even though she's only been in 2 films. Sophie Turner. Sophie Turner, right? Sansa Stark. Sansa Stark. And Jean Grey, Phoenix, right? Jean Grey, Dark Phoenix, right? That's just her most famous roles, and she hasn't really been seen in big stuff since. So this would be her biggest role ever. Biggest role. The biggest role since since yeah, since the X-Men saga. She's been in some small stuff here and there, but not major stuff. She's been more in the news for other things, right? The not so good divorce relationship with her ex Joe Jonas. That situation. The custody battle, that relationship, not right. She's been in the news mostly for that as of late. But now she's having this. She's making the news rounds again, and this time it's not for drama behind, in her public life. It's for her professional life, her work life, her right. No, she's not creating drama. It's not her fault. She's creating drama. She's not creating it. It's just she's in the rounds now, the news rounds for something not related to anything as personal to her. But now she's taking on this major role, major role as Lara Croft. And to me, I don't like the casting at all. I don't like the casting at all. I don't think it's a good. I don't think it was a good choice because I'm sorry, she does not. Oh, I gotta get rid of this pic. She does not look like. She doesn't look like Lara Croft at all. Okay, let's get this pic. Now, I'm not talking about the hair color. That could be easily fixed. Hair color could be easily fixed. I'm not talking about she has to change her hair. Right? She's blonde or red. Right? She dyed her hair red for Game of Thrones. She's a natural blonde. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about her facial features. Okay. Let me bring up this picture of Lara Croft. Okay. I'm not talking about the breast, but I'm talking about the face. Okay. It is not. It doesn't match. She doesn't. To me, she doesn't have the facial features that match Lara Croft. Now I know you can say Alicia Vikander didn't have. Well, the thing is, she's a better act. She's a better. Oh, there's Degrassi. She's a better actress. She's a better actress than Sophie Turner. Sophie Turner is not a good actress. But I did see. I did. Okay. Why is it not appearing? Why is it popping up in? Okay. What? Okay. For some reason, I don't see your comments on the chat section of over the screen here. I don't see it for some reason. I see it in on YouTube, but I don't see it here. That's weird. That's weird. Yeah, but she's not exactly a good actress. And Lara Croft is playing this character will be an extremely active job, right? Because yeah, I can't see. I can't exactly see everything. I see Yo. I would have went with that other job. I'm sure do a fine job. I don't know. It's just. I'm sorry. Like I'm sorry. I don't know why I can't see your comments pop up. That's so weird. And we stream right now. I don't know. Maybe that's because I can't see how many viewers on Restream either. Yeah. Whatever. She was not exactly a strong actress on Game of Thrones. Now, this here's the thing. On Game of Thrones, she was still young. She was relatively young for Game of Thrones, and she was young in X-Men, but she did more. She didn't get enough reps to prove her acting, and we haven't seen her much since. So I don't know how good. I haven't seen her much since. So I don't know how better her acting is. It's just that I just don't see Lara Croft in her. I can't picture her as Lara Croft. Okay, there's just things that don't about her that don't to me I don't see her being a type of yes obviously it's acting, but I just don't see she's the type of girl that's gonna pull. It's like anybody, a guy's not gonna be afraid of her pulling a bow and arrow on her. Okay, a bow and arrow on them, or shooting pistols at them. I just don't see Sophie as that. I don't see Sophie as someone who could play a tough badass. I think you need someone who's badass to play that role. Someone who you think who could believe to be play that role. Okay, I just don't think it's her. Now let's see the fucking chat because I can't see everything. It's not popping up on this side. So blinded, I don't know. No, excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Now, I suggested this. The actress that should have been Lara Croft, in my opinion. Oh, here's Degrassi. So, hey, Degrassi. I'm sorry. It looks like it's having a little trouble. Can you see comments chat on the on the screen? Okay.
Um, I don't see. No, it just says messages from audience will display here.
Yeah, okay. So it's just you. It's you too. Okay. So it has to be we streamed in. Thank you for confirming that. So how are
Yeah,
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm really, really good. You know, just bringing this show back, try as much as possible.
Yeah,
Too much,
that's cool.
too much Marvel, DC, Star Wars talk on for the past 3, 4 months. Don't get me wrong, it's got me tension, but how much is there to talk about?
Yeah, not a lot really.
Yeah, exactly.
In a couple weeks, there will be.
Well, now I'm beginning to think Superman is not going to be revealed at CCXP because James Gunn's not going to be there. So I don't think it's going to be revealed there.
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna do that.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm just I. This is not my first. This is. I don't think this is a good casting for Lara Croft. Like Sophie Turner to me is not. Doesn't look like Lara Croft. I know because she's British, but she doesn't look like Lara Croft. I don't think she was. To me, she has the aura of Lara Croft. I know it's acting and all that. You can make right. Acting is a disbelief, right? But it's that the belief of disbelief. But sometimes there is belief, though.
Well, I mean, you have to believe that
Yeah.
you have to believe that what you're seeing. I mean, you know what you're seeing isn't real, but you have to. There has to. What do they call that? Some people overuse the word verisimilitude, where even though
Yeah.
the most unbelievable thing has to be believable within the context of the story and the world in which it's happening. You know.
I think they missed the boat on Daisy Edgar Jones.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think she's. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. It's not that I. I mean, I like her. She's great, but I don't know. Again,
I
it's
know
not
some
like this
people.
is. It's not like they need my validation. That's not what I'm talking
I know
about.
some. I know some people are upset. Why not Haley Atwell? Well, Haley Atwell's 41, and she does not know Laura Croft at all.
Yeah.
The
I don't
fo-
know. It just if she can capture the spirit of the
and
character, that's all that really
I
matters.
honestly, I watched the first episode. I like Haley Atwell as an actress, but that Laura Croft is young. Her voice does not fit Laura Croft. As an older Laura Croft, yes, but as a young Laura Croft, it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
That's the issue with the Netflix show I have with her Laura Croft.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I know yawning's contagious. It's
You,
catching, but
That's right. Like that's my issue with Netflix. I know, I know, I yawn too. That's the issue I have with Netflix's Laura Croft. I think Haley Atwell's voice is too old, too too older, too much
yeah,
older, and
I
she's
know
not
what
a
you're
voice
saying.
actress. That's the thing. Like,
She's done a lot of cartoon voices though.
but I think she sounds too older in the show for a
Yeah,
younger
yeah.
Laura Croft.
I haven't watched it yet. So
But she cannot be the live action Laura Croft, guys. Like, she doesn't look like her, and she's you know.
finished it.
But I with Sophie Turner, it's. No, like I know Sean Cappy was shitting on his casting because she thinks she's the worst actor, one of the worst actresses in the world. From he thinks that she was the worst actress in the X-Men movies. To be honest with you, I'm gonna say Jennifer Lawrence is there was
Well,
worse
she
only
was in
because
two of them, right? She was
yeah,
in Apocalypse and
Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix. Yeah, she was pretty bad. I mean, but she was the only other thing I think I've seen her in is Game of Thrones. So I don't know.
Game of Thrones. She was well,
She was great in
she was
that.
the weakest of the Starks acting.
Yeah,
I'll
and
say that.
I mean, it wasn't like she. I mean, I suppose every character got sidelined at some point in that show, but um,
It's
she was
well, like
good for what she was there for.
I, the actress who played Aria, whatever, was a better actress at a younger age. I know, like, and we haven't seen her do anything since. Like, she's out of the spotlight.
Yes, she's done a few things, but I don't think anything that's.
I don't think she likes Hollywood.
Yeah, you'll have
She was
that.
X-Men, New Mutants.
Oh yeah,
Right?
she was in New Mutants, wasn't she? Who'd she
Yeah,
play? Wolfsbane.
yeah. But I haven't seen her anything since, like, as mainstream, right? I know she's done stuff, but I haven't seen mainstream stuff from what's her name, Macy Williams.
Yeah, Maisie Williams.
Um, but like so I mean Sophie. The thing with Sophie has been not really about her film career. It's been more about outside because she has a really bad divorce with Joel Jonas.
Yeah,
That was bad. That was
yeah. I
really.
didn't. No, I mean I knew they were married and divorced, but I don't know what.
It was not a good situation too, right? It was not like a. It was not civil divorce. That's what I know. There was problems with the custody and stuff, kids. I think she wanted to go back to England.
They have kids.
Yeah.
They were married
Yeah.
long enough to have. I mean, you don't have to be married to have kids, but
Sophie Turner is. Yeah, Sophie Turner has kids, 2 kids. She's how old is she now? She's 28 years old. Wow, feels like yesterday she's just a teenager in Game of Thrones.
goes fast. The older you get, the faster it gets. The older you grow, the faster it goes. That's what I say.
She had a couple at $2, born in July 2020 and July 2022. So she had a kid at 24 and 26.
Man,
Which, to me,
he didn't waste any time, man. As soon as she was like
yeah.
physically able to get pregnant again, he got her. She got pregnant.
I think she was, even though like you know this, people have. I think that's still kind of young to have kids.
How old?
Like in the mid-20s. I think it's better to because you're still. I mean, you're still in your mix of your career, right? And more. I guess not in Hollywood because you're established, you have the money, you have the profession. But I guess in a real normal life, you still want to build your career up, right? You can still be in a relationship, you want to build your career up. But then when you feel like you're secured, and you can afford enough to be married, afford enough to raise a kid, right? It usually takes time.
Well, yeah, but see, everybody says that, but like the thing is that I think the reality is just I don't have kids, but for what I know is you're never ready.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
it is different.
You're like
No
there's no amount of like financial security or anything like that makes it, it's just like that's just what I've gotten from it.
Okay.
Does it? Yes, but you're never gonna feel that way about it. You know what I mean?
So I can't see the comments on the Restream thing, so I'll read it in the YouTube. How did you feel about Alicia Vikander? She wasn't bad in the 2018 movie. Story was weak, but it was similar to the reboot games and ended in a cliff. I didn't mind that movie. I don't think it was a bad movie at all. I thought it was an okay movie. I thought she was a good Lara Croft. She put in the work for that film. She saw like what she did. She built up some cardio, some muscle. Because if you're gonna play Lara Croft, if Sophie Turner's gonna play Lara Croft, expect a lot of running, climbing, shooting, right? But I didn't mind that movie, and I was kind of sad not seeing a sequel to it because I think she was a solid Lara Croft. I don't care if she was not British. To me, she was fine. I mean, Angelina Jolie played Lara Croft. She wasn't British. It's not like James Bond.
Is she like Icelandic or something?
I think she's Swiss.
Swedish. She from Sweden or from Switzerland?
I think Swiss. I think she's
Swish.
Yeah, I call him Swish.
Swish.
Lisa, who's married? She's married to Magneto.
Oh yeah, she's married to Fassbender.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, she's Swedish. Okay, yeah, she's Swedish. Swedish actress.
She's a Swede.
She's not blonde. Most Swedes are blonde. Most Swedes I know are blonde. A lot of them are. Well, a lot of Scandinavian people are blonde, huh?
She's very pretty. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Angelina Jolies were like a product of their time. They were perfect for what they were. I mean, you know
I
what I
like the
mean?
first. I enjoyed the first one.
Yeah. She made 2, right?
Yeah. Um, the second one, that's when I first got introduced to Daniel Craig. I guess Daniel Craig didn't become really, really big until he got the role of James Bond, but he was in the second movie. In the, I forgot what it was, Cradle of the Grave. Um, hey Anthony, sorry, I can't. Hey Anthony, should have got her because of her popularity. Maybe, maybe, but I don't know who the other actress was. I know my buddy Blinded. I know our buddy Blinded was not happy. Did not like the casting. He feels the same with me. She does not capture the aura of Lara Croft. Uh, I know. This is the thing is, Degrassi. We got this for 2018. You know, certain people on the other side are gonna be like, she doesn't have. She doesn't have. You know, the chess. The chess to be Lara Croft. And then my point of that is, the Lara Croft games, the earlier video games. You know, everybody played in the early '90s. The typical Lara Croft game, Tomb Raider games from the '90s.
Yeah, yeah.
They had no story. They barely had any story.
Yeah, you just kind of ran
Yeah.
and just did stuff.
So when they did the reboot, they focused on character and story.
Well, I mean, the story is the game. You know, cutscenes were
Yeah.
minimal. Back in the day like that, they certainly weren't as elaborately complex as they are
When you
now.
when you see the success of Uncharted, I mean, whatever the movie or the video game series, I think when they saw the success of Uncharted, the games, right? I think that changed. I think who makes it? Square Enix? What's it? Square Enix?
Uncharted.
No, who makes Tomb Raider? Was it Square Enix?
Yeah, I think so. Wasn't it Square?
I think when they saw that, they can make. You know what? We could do something similar to Uncharted with actual good story with this character
Um,
instead of her being a sex object.
yeah, I don't know. I don't look at. I've never been able to look at comic books or whether like artwork and cartoon comic books or cartoons or
Yeah.
video games, whether when there are characters that in real life would be titillating and arousing, right? Uh, I don't that like art. I think about it, but it doesn't do that for me. You know what I mean? Like some guys are into
Yeah.
cheesecake art and whatever, but no, like I never looked at her like that. I mean, I did like when the movies came out, sure, you know,
Oh,
'cause-
and they played into that in the movies. The sec with Andrew Jolie, they definitely played into that.
well, yeah. I
I mean,
mean,
obviously,
that's okay, but that like for me, that's okay. It's an entirely different animal, you know.
yeah. Hopefully,
Oh yeah, Eidos. So it was Eidos Interactive,
oh, okay.
and then Square Enix after they bought it. Now it's Embracer. I wonder how much longer that'll last.
Now they're releasing the remaster 1 to 3 again. I think it comes out. I think it might be out now or this month. I'm not sure, but I just not. I'm not. I know there's also people say, oh, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is behind it. Like, guys, Phoebe Waller-Bridge has made some good stuff. Let's be honest.
And uh, she works on a lot of other movies without credit.
Yeah.
A lot of movies that do well, that people like and make money.
Um, she's the Killing Eve. Killing Eve. Look, that's an award-winning show. Killer Eve.
Fleabag on
Fleabag.
Amazon.
Dark Materials.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny was on ABC on over-the-air broadcast television tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know, ABC Disney owns ABC, and they do the Sunday night movie now again. Which back in the day, like pre-cable, you would wait 3 years for a movie to a pre-cable, pre-home video. You would wait 3 to 5 years for a movie to come on broadcast TV, right? Some would come quicker, but then
Who's she
cable
related?
cable and home video kind of came around the same time, and it would be 6 months to home video, a year to cable.
Yeah.
What was I looking for? I was looking for something.
Well, what else is there? There is a lot of things to talk about.
Gotta be
Gladiator.
dodging those Creature Commando spoilers.
Yeah, yeah. For now, I could wait 2 weeks. Like I'm doing it on purpose.
I mean, they seems to me like they've got a clamp on it for the most part, but
Good.
some people won't shut the F up.
So Gladiator is not open where we are, right? Like it's not open till next week, right? Here, we're in North America, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's been. Most of these movies anymore soft open air. So if you're in a big enough place like Toronto, there would be or Nashville or New York, LA, Chicago. They screen these movies.
Sure.
They pre-screen these movies so much for local press and for all of like whoever.
But I think Gladiator opened up in the rest of the world though.
Yeah, I think it's gonna do well. I mean, I can't. Again, you can't really like you just. It's whatever your opinion is. Like you stick your, you lick your finger and stick it up in the air and see which way the wind's blowing. And right now, the way the wind's blowing makes me think that that movie could.
Okay, so it opened up. It already opened up in Sydney in October in Australia, in Sydney. United Kingdom opened up on the 15th on Friday. And then open up on Friday here.
That's where they made it in Australia, I think.
Yeah. So the budget's 210 million. Box office is 87 million. But at the box office, the thing is, we're gonna know more tomorrow. It'll probably be around 100 million tomorrow, internationally. Right? Because it's Sunday, so
that's not bad.
No, it's gonna make money. Now I don't know if it's gonna make $1 billion. I don't know how much the first Gladiator made.
I mean, it could, but I don't know. I don't think the billions. I would never say, oh, I think it could make $1 billion. It's not like I have it, but now going forward, you'll probably never hear me say that because I just don't know. It's a crapshoot, man. It's the crapshoot rapture. We don't know. William Goldman said it best. Nobody knows. Nobody knows anything.
You should see Screen Rant's list of who's gonna make $1 billion. They think Minecraft's gonna make $1 billion. If I said a year ago Minecraft would make $1 billion, I believe it. But now, after seeing the trailers for that and seeing what it looks like, it might be one of the biggest flops in the video game.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it can get by on its name alone.
Yeah, and I see some of the list.
Yeah, Nora's made 20+ million so far.
Yeah. But 87 million. I mean, 87 million is really, really good. I think this movie is going to do well. Definitely. Red One, on the other hand, is not doing well. 250 million, 34 million domestically. Chris Evans and Rock prove once again they're not box office hits. I'm sorry, I say it for every actor and actress. They're not box office hits. They're not guaranteed.
No, I mean, if you would have, like, I don't know, pick whenever that movie would have.
Yeah.
There's probably some time in the last 10 or 15 years where that movie could have went straight to theaters, had no streaming component.
Yeah.
Right? Until after, it would have been a separate. It would have been a licensing deal, right? And it would have made a ton of money, right? But how do you explain Captain America and The Rock in a Christmas movie that?
See, the thing is,
like on just as the holidays are breaking,
Marvel doesn't really make major stars. Only a few.
They made
Because
quite
okay,
a
you
few
see,
so
like
far.
Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston are the biggest ones, but they don't make much money in their movies outside of Marvel either.
Yeah,
They'll get
Chris
roles.
Evans was kind of a star before.
Yeah, Chris Evans was a bunch of stuff before. Same with Scarlett Johansson. Jeremy Renner was in stuff, right? But like Chris Hemsworth, Marvel kind of made, but even the stuff outside of Marvel, he hasn't really been a draw, right? Same with Tom Hiddleston. Like Tom Hiddleston, if you some of the stuff, Tom Hiddleston has like a lot of the Marvel actors. For some reason, a lot of them don't have a good track record out of Marvel, and I think it's the reason why is because I think it's because it's a franchise. Marvel's a franchise. It's always going to do.
Yeah, I mean that happens a lot,
Yeah,
and going all the way back to
it's with franchises
in
a draw, not a
my
single movie.
lifetime.
Yeah, like, franchise is a draw. You get if I look at the top $1 billion movies, right? All the movies I had the list on Wikipedia. That's all the $1 billion hits. 95 to 98% of them are all franchises. You get one. You get one film that's not a franchise film. They'll do like Titanic. It's like the only one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I,
It's $1 billion is a hard road, man. And
and
like I said, no
yeah,
one I know banks on it. They don't. You know,
I think
it's no matter how much you spend making your movie.
Marvel respected with Avengers Doomsday. That's it. That's it. That's
I don't
it.
know, man. It's gonna be a hard road. I'm telling you.
What else? I can't see the
But
chat.
when does this is that's the first one, right? The first new one, Avengers Doomsday.
May 6th, I think, 2026. I think it's May 6th or something like that. May
Oh
6th,
man,
5th or
how are
something.
they gonna make that date?
Well, they said they're gonna film sometime in spring next year, right? They said they're gonna film in spring,
When I hear
but
May, March or May, one of the M months.
yeah, yeah. Um, I think they're trying to end the multiverse saga quickly as possible because
I don't think it's ever gonna end there. I don't.
but Red. I mean,
It's going to be an
and,
ever present, ubiquitous presence that hangs over all of it that they can have that so they can
yeah,
change anything at any minute. You know, there was
also
just a big article that came out recently about, I think it was a feature on Jon Favreau and just how chaotic a lot of it focused on how chaotic the beginnings of the Marvel Cinematic Universe were.
like at the beginning.
Yeah, with just putting Iron Man and the Hulk together.
uh
Um, two different studios.
It sounds like Vince McMahon running storylines, man. Vince McMahon will always scrap ideas.
Yeah, yeah, that's what these movies. They're
Well,
kind
Mr.
of like
McMahon, that's what Vince McMahon said at one point in an interview. I wanted to run WWE like Marvel. I'm like, what the fuck?
they're modular in the sense that like I was the editors for Endgame and Infinity War. We're like, they give us all this footage and like we can deliver them 3 different movies
Yeah.
depending on how we cut it. 3 completely different movies. And so yeah, the movies are modular anymore. They can kind of pop stuff out and pop stuff in, and they're more that's the only word I
And
can use. Modular, like
that show, the franchise, right? They're making fun of that. They're making fun of Marvel.
I think they're making fun of the entire industry, but
Yeah,
definitely
but definitely mostly Marvel.
well, yeah, because superhero and like science fiction
And
franchises and they're easy targets
and,
because they are ridiculously overblown and
and Barry
expensive.
Zemos in it.
Yeah, there's other people too that have been in Kate
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But that's like the easiest target because it's really like the end stage capitalism version of like comic book superhero movies. It's because they're just everywhere.
Yeah. Um,
Um,
but a red one when they're all seeing the Rocket. Oh, Rocket's not making money at the box office. there's a movie for Disney that comes out in like I don't know this month called Mona 2. I'm guaranteed that's gonna do well with The Rock in it.
It's a Disney sequel.
Yeah, no Mona, right?
Moana's not Pixar, is it?
Mona. No, but it's Mona. Yeah, I think I'm not sure, but it is Disney. So The Rock is in it, right? So he does a voice.
Yeah, yeah.
And he'll do that movie will do bank.
I'm sure. Yeah, cartoons, except for one weird ones like Hit Dog. That one that just like there's always
Yeah.
this like a Kmart CGI kids movie. Those come out all the time, and I wonder if any of them are so bad that they're good.
Yeah. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna see that movie, Mona. I don't know. I don't think it's for
No,
me.
it's not for me. I've never saw the first one.
Yeah, I don't have kids, so
The only Pixar, yeah, I don't either. The only Pixar movies I'd care to watch are the Toy Story ones.
yeah, Toy Story ones. Yeah, yeah.
Like if there's one on, what would they be on? On if I'm flipping through the channels, if there's one on, I don't know what channel they would be on. I'd watch. I'd watch Wall-E, The Incredibles,
Yeah.
Toy Story, but I haven't. And Up, I liked Up. But what was to be the last one that I saw, man? Lightyear, maybe.
Lightyear.
Yeah.
Which didn't do well.
But when they were first starting, I would see them all just because. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
they just became another one of those kind of ever present movie genre type movie that there's so many of them. It's like I can't watch them all.
I'm excited for the Toys R Us, not Toys R Us, Toys R Us movie. One day.
I think this last Shrek I saw might have been the second or third one.
They're doing another one.
Yeah, what did the you see? Have you seen my hashtag with the 5 and then
Yeah.
HR? Yeah, like there's no way they're not spelling that movie with a 5 instead of an S. They absolutely are going to do that. I'm pretty sure the conceit is they're pretty much barbifying Shrek. They're coming to the real world.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Multiverse.
I don't know if it's like the contemporary. I don't know if it's contemporary times or not. Maybe it's a fairy. Maybe they end up in a live action fairy tale or something. I don't know.
Oh man, I would love to see Shrek in real world life.
We'll see.
We'll see what else. So James Gunn. How long have we been going? Oh yeah, 47 minutes. That's good. James Gunn says he won't be at CCPX in early December due to scheduling conflicts. Currently unknown if Superman will still have any panel appearance at CCXP. I don't think Superman's can be shown then. I think James Gunn would want to be in the audience when the trailer comes out. Wouldn't you think? Like at the panel.
Yeah, I don't know why I feel like. When is this? When is this con?
Early December. This December 5 to December 5th and 8th, I think. Yeah, that's when it comes out. That's when the event is.
I don't know. I feel like we might get a Christmas present.
Yeah, usually CCPX usually does show stuff for upcoming stuff that's actually very close to be released, not far down the line. Like they did do show Dune too, but Dune was in March, right? And
not there yet.
Yeah, and Superman's way off, right? Believe CCPX usually does when stuff were very close being released. I think that's. Let me see who's been confirmed for CPPX. I know. I have the website right here on my phone. Okay, who's going to be there? Okay, so Dexter New Blood's going to be there. Yeah, Paramount's going to be there with Dexter New Blood. Wait a minute, Paramount has Dexter now? What happened to HBO?
No, Paramount's always had. Paramount Showtime's always had Dexter. Showtime. Dexter's always been a Showtime show.
The Yellow Jackets is going to be there with Paramount. That's confirmed. Apple TV is going to be there with The George that has Anna Taylor-Joy, Miles Teller. Severance is going to be there. Amazon Prime is going to have there from Your Vault, Invincible, Reacher, The Wheel of Time, Secret Level, and Tremblay. Um, Paramount's going to have their. Well, Paramount's also going to have Sonic 3. So the cast for Sonic 3 is going to be there too. Because it comes out that month. That's it. That's all it's confirmed so far. Nothing from Warner Brothers. Nothing from Warner Brothers. And nothing from Disney. Disney doesn't do that event though. Why would they need to just to Disney right here? Why
is it just it's a Comic-Con, right?
I'm not sure if it's a Comic-Con. It's in Brazil, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a Comic-Con. Oh, no. Certified customer? No. That's something else. Yeah, Comic-Con experience. Brazil, Germany, and Mexico. That's what I thought.
But yeah, so I think Warner Bros. Says they are going to be there, but what other Warner Bros. Stuff is having to work in 2025 besides Superman?
Yeah.
I don't know. Checking now.
Is it Minecraft Warner Brothers?
Not sure. Is Minecraft Warner Brothers? Let's see. That's a good question.
Day the Earth Blew Up in January, Sinners in March, Minecraft in April, Mickey 17 in May or June.
Yeah, Mickey 17 has been pushed back.
Brad Pitt's F1.
F1. Isn't that popular in Brazil? Isn't race car popular in Brazil?
Conjuring Last Rites, Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride, Mortal Kombat 2 in October. I'm assuming the Final Destination Bloodlines will be October, which will be Tony Todd's last movie. Should be Tony. Well, I mean, I think it's the last movie he worked on. I don't know if it'll be the last one that comes out, but
Mortal Kombat 2. Wow.
Yeah, so there's quite a bit. We'll see.
I didn't mind the first one. I made the reboot Mortal Kombat. I remember they've been talking about rebooting Mortal Kombat for years, though. For years. It's been talked for years of rebooting Mortal Kombat. Like a decade.
Yeah.
I remember. And they decided to go a different route, right? They said, they decided to go with create a character for the movie, right? Like nothing from the main character is not from the video games. He's actually in Cobra Kai. The protagonist is actually in Cobra Kai. Did you watch Cobra Kai Part 2 yet?
I haven't seen Cobra Kai like the last 2 or 3 seasons. I think I stopped watching somewhere around the 3rd season, maybe.
It's a crazy ass show, man. I just finished Part 2. I binged all yesterday, right after my stream. The last episode. Oh my god! Oh my god! This show is nuts. Oh my god! This is like, I call it show. This is what a wrestling show is. There's heel and face turns all over this show. I'm like, this is wrestling. This is not karate. This is wrestling. At its best.
I think something's happening with Coyote versus Acme.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's some movement around it.
With John Cena? Did John Cena threaten the FU guy? FU Zavzov?
What did he do?
He threatened the body slam with Zavzov?
Oh, no, probably not.
Zavzov. Man, good thing Zavzov likes wrestling. Because if it was a different owner, I would be scared. If it's somebody else winning Warner Brothers, they might have like.
Yeah, they don't have a huge piece of AEW, do they?
I don't even think they But you know how last time when the new owners, like in 2000, when they got the new owners, they had no interest in wrestling at all. They're just lucky. I mean, technically they don't, right? They technically don't really own AEW, right?
Man, wrestling made them a lot of money though for a long time.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, when WCW had Ted Turner was a huge wrestling fanboy, and then when he sold the Turner Network, the people that came in hated wrestling. Well, apparently, when Turner was still running wrestling, a lot of people that worked with him did not like wrestling either. But Ted Turner was the boss, so he had the final say, right? Ted Turner's the
Yeah.
ultimate boss. But when he sold it, it's a different story. And because I know Eric Bischoff, this is a definite WCW craziest story. Eric Bischoff at the CNN, not the Turner building, whatever. I don't know if it's the CNN building or it's the same thing, or he has more than one building in Atlanta at the time. But one of the buildings, one of the people a woman executive or whatever, met Eric Bischoff and asked him about how to run WCW Nitro, like a TV show or a movie, right? And she asked, is it possible to write down scripts for down the line for like a month or 2 months down the line? And Bischoff was like, no, that's not how wrestling works.
Yeah.
Wrestling doesn't work that way, man. Wrestling is not you don't write scripts 1 or 2 months down the line. That's not how it works. No clue about wrestling.
Oh man.
No clue about wrestling.
It's over scripted now, I think. I think wrestling is over scripted.
I don't think in AEW is. I don't think in AEW is much. I think it depends on the wrestler. Because you could tell some wrestlers are very confident in what they say, and some aren't, right? I think it depends on the wrestler. You're not going to give someone like CM Punk a script, right? You're going to give him bullet points what to say, but he's going to come up on his own, right? How to get those bullet points out in his way of doing a promo, right? You're not going to do it with, right? You're not going to do it with The Rock. The Rock, you don't need to give a freaking script to The Rock. You give him bullet points, even though a lot of stuff the writer Brian Gerwitz gave him the bullet points, but he'll come up. John Cena. The good wrestlers don't need scripts. They just need bullet points.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's why, yeah. You could tell. And I think AEW, there's a lot more freedom. And you could tell in AEW that one's like, oh my God, I don't think this guy's not good on the mic. Ooh. Ugh. Paint dry on the mic. And I know it depends on sometimes wrestlers get comfortable, right? They have to get comfortable. And there's wrestlers out there that are good in the ring, but they can't get over because the one thing that's holding them back is not their in-ring work. It's their character or it's their mic work. Like, for example, Dean Malenko. Man of 1,000 holds. But
Malenko.
What never gone to the next level is basically he was generic as hell. There was nothing special about him except being a man of 1,000 holds. He couldn't talk. Promo mic was generic. His look was generic. He was small. There was no ceiling. There was no ceiling for him. It was solid, but like there was no there was no future potential, bright future. Like
I think ECW would have been the first time I saw Dean Malenko wrestle.
And the thing is, Dean Malenko does not fit ECW style wrestling.
Well, they had their kind. They had very he's kind of your traditional
old school wrestler.
Yeah.
And, which doesn't fit ECW.
I thought he fit in.
Well, ECW had good wrestlers. It's just that I feel sometimes
he was a legacy too, wasn't he? He was trained by his family. One of those. They were a wrestling family.
ECW had good wrestlers. I just feel sometimes the hardcore stuff and the stuff they do takes away from their ability in the ring. Because I know that some of the wrestlers could do more, but ECW was trying to be different. They were trying to be hardcore, be different than WCW, WF. Obviously, I understand that. Not a bad idea, but I feel like sometimes the hardcore stuff, all that stuff, takes away from their ability to do moves, to do different creative stuff without using weapons and stuff. I mean, ECW like it was good for what it was, but Paul Heyman couldn't last with Paul Heyman winning the show.
We loved it, man. My roommates like we had cable, but the only way we could watch ECW was through
Yeah.
satellite dish, right?
Um.
And it was
Like
called Prime. What was it called? Prime TV back then. It wasn't
what?
direct. It had a different name, and we would watch it on the Sunshine Network.
Yeah. I think they got major. They actually didn't got a major cable network at TNN, right? But
Yeah,
then
but
the worst,
it had
they
tamed
destroyed it.
itself a little bit. Yeah,
TNN destroyed ECW because later on TNN got WWE Raw.
TNN was Spike TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
TNN became Spike TV. That became G4.
Yeah.
That is no longer with us.
Yeah.
The Nashville Network, the original Nashville Network, ruled.
I remember ECW. I had to watch like at midnight on Fridays here. Tape shows. I
Yeah,
remember
we would
that.
watch it on the MSG Network or the Sunshine Network through roommate's satellite dish.
WWE was when ECW WCW went. I know they had TNA and they had like ROH, but those were major. WWE was basically a major monopoly for basically till AEW was formed. It was crazy. Yes, they did have other promotion.
You know why ECW was on so late?
Why?
Because
Violent kids?
so it could avoid
Censor.
after what is it? I forget the time changes or whatever, but legally it's broadcast networks and cable networks can show whatever they want. Commercial cable networks can pay ones can show whatever they want all the time. But commercial networks, they each have their own broadcast standards. So, but they're legally able to show whatever they want. I believe after 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Right? But ECW, the feeds. This I think where the city that it came out of was it Philly maybe.
It was Philly. That's where ECW basically is.
But the superstation that transmitted the feed was in Philly, and to get around the broadcast standards of that station, it would run at like midnight or 1.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. I know, like, there was a reason why WWE Raw was at 9 o'clock on Mondays, especially in the late 90s.
The Monday Night Wars were fun, man.
Yes, they were. They were. And then, but WCW always made a mistake of ruining WWE, giving up results. They're the reason why everybody changed to Mick Foley winning the title. When they told live on Nitro, Tony Schiavone told them, don't even bother watching WWE. Mick Foley, who wrestled here one time as Cactus Jack, is going to win the championship. And guess what? They all changed the channel to watch Mick Foley win the championship. And what I think also one of the reasons WWE is dying, when WWE is going back on the rise, because WWE was dying at the time too, like in the mid '90s. I think some people were tired. Some fans were tired of seeing Hogan, Savage, Nash, Hall, all the older wrestlers. Where WWE, we got to see the ones that in WCW were not utilized. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? He wasn't utilized well in WCW. Mankind wasn't well utilized in WCW. Triple H, they got The Rock. You know, WWE was bringing we're developing new stars, and people started liking that shit. I think that people got tired of seeing the old guys in WCW. They want to see new guys.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it became.
Yeah. Yeah, and nobody was able to get over to the next level in WCW. Few did. Goldberg, DDP, but DDP, the reason why DDP got over is because guess what? He was friends with National Hustle and Savage. He had help, so he had people in his corner. And then when they tried later on, when WCW was dying, was going basically out of business, they tried to do what the youth movement. They tried to build other people over, like Chris Benoit, but he left. Booker T, Jeff Jarrett. They tried, but it was too late. Too late. It was too late for that. It was too late. And
Yep.
politics too in WWE, in WCW, right? Those guys I mentioned, politics, right? Politics.
Well, I was going to say the other night on your stream that the thing now, the way the world works today is that probably within a year's time, Vince McMahon will be running TKO WWE.
Oh my God. Dana White is part of it, so Dana White will be all open arms for that.
Yeah.
You know, the
Yeah.
guys.
It's ridiculous, man. He's going to walk, you know.
Oh yeah, Dana, man, that was the worst fight in history. Netflix is thinking that.
Oh, yeah, that was
Netflix
awful.
is not regretting it though. You know how many people they got it was highly watched, so they're not regretting it.
Yeah, but I do think they expected a bigger number.
Did they?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, it was. Uh, Man, I went with basically. I mean, the other fights, I guess, was look. Everybody, I think everybody in the audience, no, people in the audience are not dumb. They knew it was going to be like that. They knew it was going to be a shit show. Like,
Well, watch recordings of Tyson fighting, in sparring in the ring, and
yeah,
then watch that fight, like days apart, video of Tyson sparring in the ring with a partner, and just annihilating them.
yeah.
Right? We saw none of that
No,
Friday
no,
night.
DDP. Dusty Rhodes. Thank you. Yes, he did. He did. Um,
What did Dusty do?
he had a good friendship with Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty
DDP.
did. He loved Dusty. Dusty loved him.
I was listening to
I got a brother. One of my brothers does the best Dusty Rose impersonation you've ever heard.
Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rose.
The ultimate babyface. Dusty Rhodes, in my opinion, is like the ultimate babyface. I fucking hated it when he joined the NWO for like 2 months. That fucking that did sit well with me. He did. Did you hear about it? He joined the NWO like in '98. I'm like, that didn't sit well with me. Dusty Rhodes turning heel?
Yeah, it didn't last long though, did it?
No. But it was a terrible decision. Like, it was a bad idea. And then WCW made a lot of bad decisions at the end. Like turning Goldberg heel and Sting heel. Fuck. Ugh.
Hard times. Dusty Rhodes.
Awesome.
Hard times. I know about hard times.
Yeah, like that. You know what? That was a perfect foil to Ric Flair, because Ric Flair always comes out as this. He's always been known as this rich party boy, right? He comes out with limousines, flying jets, private jets. Has the Rolex watches. Yeah,
Dusty was the antithesis of that. He was
plumber,
about the
right? He was
working
like a
man.
plumber boy, plumber.
Yeah, he was about the working man.
Yeah, and people gravitate towards that compared to the snobby, wealthy elite, like Ric Flair portrays himself, right?
He would always talk. Look at my fat belly. I don't look like an athlete.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm
but
a
he
monster.
Was. But he was. The guy was.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, like he had a belly, but he was pretty skilled. There's some wrestlers that look fat. They're actually pretty good in the ring. Pretty skilled. He was one of them.
He was a prophet of the future too. Go back and watch old WCW and All American Wrestling like promos.
Yeah.
One of these days, hard time come, computer take your job.
That's right.
Someday a robot be doing your job. Like, oh man. Ask me who I vote for. I don't vote.
It's funny. Cody, his son, Cody Rhodes. I like Cody, man. You don't have to wear a fucking suit, man, every time you're going to cut a promo. Don't you need to wear a suit, man? Your father didn't wear a suit. Don't need to wear a suit. We love you, man.
Did he ever try to ape his dad's stick?
Yeah. Yeah, his...
Dustin, well, yeah, I guess Dustin did do the, regular guy wrestler for a minute, didn't he?
Yeah, but you know what? I think that
put a t-shirt.
I think that put too much pressure on him, because I think in WCW, like, they try to, I guess, put too much pressure on him because he's Dusty's son, and it's really when it's in WWE. It's really when his career took uh, a major turn for the better, right? Even though he took on a
Yeah.
Goldust gimmick where he
Yeah,
was
I was never crazy about that
apparently
angle.
like him and his father were estranged at the time. Goldust and Dustin and Dusty were estranged for a time. And I think that's at that time they were estranged. Um, yeah, and the Dustin and the Gold. I mean, I was in '95, and WWE wasn't really exactly Attitude Era then. But when they introduced a character like Goldust, I was like, you're cresting WWE then, right? Because like he's always played like this. But he's always when he first early on, his first early on couple months as Goldust, he talks like he's a Hollywood movie star, right? My name's production, like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But then it became more like, as the months went on, became more like, is this guy gay or not?
I mean, they pretty much played it
Yeah,
up. I mean, that was always
yeah.
that was always how
Oh,
I interpreted it.
there's Scott Hall, man. He refused to work with him because of that.
That's funny.
Yeah, they were supposed to. I think they were supposed to face each other at WrestleMania, but you know, he didn't want to face a character that's homophobic, playing a homophobic, even though he was married to Marlena. Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, do you remember that character he came back to WCW as Seven? Oh my god! You remember the vignettes? You be
Oh
hiding
yeah, 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 yeah. I remember.
outside a kid's bedroom. Oh my god! Oh my god! I I know he came to WCW. I think he cut a promo at Seven, but he wasn't acting like Seven. He was just acting like Dusty Rhodes, and he was just shooting from the hip, like shooting, like real shooting. Like there was guys like Scott Steiner, for example, would just shoot. Whenever you give him a mic, he would just shoot on random stuff. Like he doesn't care.
Yeah, I always liked Jim the Anvil Neidhart's promos and shoots because they weren't terribly different.
No, Scott Steiner was like all messed up, all voided up. Oh my god. Um,
Oh,
Big Papa Pump. He's a hookup. Holly, if you hear me. I mean, that guy got so voided up. Oh my god. Like every wrestler there. Every wrestler got voided up. This.
the reality is the uh, steroids can be good. They have, you know, performance enhancing drugs have benefits too. Do they
Yes.
need to be in professional sports? No. But how about we start a league of various sports where we allow performance enhancing drugs and we get to see what it's really like when
Wrestling is
everybody's
not.
on a level playing field.
Wrestling, people are against. People are like steroids. Steroids were not the problem that's affecting wrestlers' health and stuff. It was actually painkillers and other drugs that they did. In the 80s, crack was very big. A lot of wrestlers did that.
Well, you don't have to tell
Painkillers.
me, Aaron.
Yeah. Painkillers. Because of wrestling, right? You get hurt a lot. Painkillers. It wasn't really the steroids. Yeah, too much steroids is bad for you, but it wasn't the steroids. You don't hear a lot of people. You don't hear a lot of athletes die because of steroids. A lot of wrestlers die because of steroids. It's other shit. Not steroids.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, no, I know all about it.
Yeah, right. And I'm gonna be sports fans may disagree with me, but baseball, if it was legal to take steroids, you should not penalize baseball players for taking steroids by leaving them out of the Hall of Fame. If it was legal, you should let them in the Hall of Fame. Don't penalize them for that. If now it's not legal, you could penalize. But guys like Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds, they should be in the Hall of Fame because it was legal when they took it. You can't play it. It may be unethical, but it was legal. There's a difference. So I think Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens should be in the Hall of Fame. That's my opinion.
I saw Sammy Sosa got his color back.
Sammy Sosa is a question mark. I mean,
He
the thing
turned
is,
white for a while. He turned like chalk white
the
for a
only
while.
player should not be in the Hall of Fame is Rafael Palmeiro because he did lie to Congress and he got caught busted for steroids.
What about Pete Rose?
I would let people's back in. I mean, like, look at this.
I mean, he's dead now, so like he's not gonna know if he did do it. Like,
Well, I hate when it doesn't remember Hall of Fame is. I hate when they induct somebody when they're dead. I think,
I just hate that he was just really a scapegoat for.
but he was an asshole though. He was not a good person. But like, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
but that's like a vast majority of them, Aaron. That's the thing.
I know Ty Cobb's in the Hall of Fame, and that guy was a racist, possibly murdered somebody. But you don't see, people.
Yeah, I don't know. Put an asterisk on it or something, but put him in.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter now that he's dead.
Well, you can't take away his 4,000 hits. He has a record for most hits in baseball.
He's hilarious though, man. He was funny as listen to him do radio interviews and stuff, and
yeah,
man, it was a cut up. And I had a buddy who he used to
his...
work with, who was a Cincinnati. He was a Reds like season ticket holder and like lived and breathed Cincinnati Reds. And anytime Pete Rose was doing a signing anywhere, he would go, and he would make these videos with him and Pete. And they became friends, and just man, dude was funny. He probably had a career as a stand-up comedian.
I would let him in. I think younger people that vote in the Hall of Fame are usually reporters. I think the younger generation reporters will vote him in. Will let him in. You're usually more lenient towards guys who like that, like that.
Yeah.
Right. It's the older generation that. No, he broke the rules. He did this. This guy or these guys took steroids. He should not be allowed in. Like, come on.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we have too many young people today that like they're like, I don't want to pick an age, but young people that act like old people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 25. I'm a curmudgeon. Like, why are you being a curmudgeon? What's another word? What's a synonym for curmudgeon?
I don't even know how to spell that word.
Is it here? I don't have anything in my hands. I have my eyes closed. Let me see if I spell it correctly, Aaron. Look it up. Okay. CRUMUD GEON. Yeah, CRU.
Yeah.
MUD.
Oh, I found it.
GEON.
Conjure meeting. Okay.
Did I spell it right?
Bad temper person. Yeah. Synonyms, right?
Yeah, synonyms.
Bad temper person, a crank, a cost bash, a sourpuss.
Sourpuss.
Yeah, just basically, yeah. A Debbie Downer kind of person. Right. Yeah.
I was always the spelling bee champ. Yeah, ill-tempered person full of stubborn ideas or opinions, often an older man. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm in my I'm in my 5th year of university, and I'm a curmudgeon. Okay, why? I get it. Life's hard. It's stressful, but why?
Yeah.
You've got your whole life in front of you. Why are you mad?
Yeah, why are you mad?
That's like sore winners.
Young people. They're mad so much. Like
we're dealing with sore winner syndrome in the U.S. right now.
Yeah.
How do you pull a hat trick? You win the championship, right? You take all 3 of the trophies home, and you've got a 4th trophy, like already in your trophy case, and somehow you're still the victim. You're still the loser. How does that work? I don't get it. And we're also in this.
We can't be in this. We're not allowed to be happy.
I guess. I mean, I don't subscribe to that, but like, so, and how do we get to where like billionaires, right?
You gotta be lucky.
Complain. Yeah, but how do we get to the point where billionaires complain about the elite,
Oh, how about
right?
how about
How,
how
how
about
how are they not? How are they not when they are criticizing the elite
how about
power structures and the elite financial structure of
how about
the globe, of their country, of the world, um, when they're literally the elite?
how about like with sports athletes and millionaires when on CBA and CBA negotiations, millionaires are battling the billionaires, and now the fans are like this. Regular folks are not millionaires or even close to billionaires will be like, really, you guys are fighting each other? You're all rich. Like we did see that as a joke.
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
understand. I
mean,
mean, like I understand for I know what they're doing. I mean, baseball. I mean, you get 700,000 as a rookie. That's a good deal.
for what? How many years? One season?
Um, I think it's one or two, one for 3 years. It then depends on arbitration because arbitration keeps going up and up. Depends on the value, right? Like depends like how good you get. In baseball, 6 years of control the team has over a rookie. Right, first 3 years no arbitration. The next 3 years is arbitration, and after the 6th year they're a free agent. Right? Um,
I see.
yeah. Um, that's in baseball. I mean, like with arbitration, it depends how good you get over the year, right? If you're like if you're a rookie, you saw the first year, arbitration, you're not gonna go arbitration. You're probably gonna make like 700 to 20. It'll probably go up a couple 25 grand or something, 25 to 50 grand. The third year, after the third year, if you develop into a solid player, you're definitely become a millionaire. And if you become a really great player in the fourth and fifth year, you make a lot more money in the millionaires in the millions. And then if you become a superstar in your final arbitration year, you could possibly make 20 to 30 million arbitration. Now,
No, yeah, I know the big paydays and stuff, but I wasn't
yeah,
sure.
now
I
the
thought
teams would be dumb. The teams would be
I
dumb
thought
to pay
rookies
arbitration.
starved.
If they become a big star, they should sign long-term contracts and to avoid arbitration years and some free agent years. If they think this guy's going to be if they think this player is going to be a major core of their franchise going the next 10 years, but try to sign them before the arbitration years or some early free agent years. Now, if I was an agent, I would look at it and be like, I'd be like, you could make more money as a free agent, or you could go for financial security right now.
Yeah, that's always kind of been the
Yeah,
deal.
I mean, you got baseball right now. You got this guy Juan Soto, right? Maybe wants 700 million for like 14 years. 14 years, 700 million. And honestly, in baseball, the thing with baseball, you got one person at the plate. It is a team sport, but it's the most individual team sport out there in North America. If you get what I mean, you're not like because when you're hitting, you're not passing the ball to your teammate, right? You're not doing
Yeah.
that, right? You're not right or or blocking your teammate like in football, right? Right? It's like the most. It's weird. It's like the most individual team sport. Right? In baseball, one player making so much money cannot help you. Like in basketball, yeah, if you got LeBron James in his prime, you could probably make a shitty team into a playoff team. If you got Michael Jordan in his prime, Michael Jordan could probably make the worst team into a playoff team. Baseball it doesn't work like that.
Not if he's playing baseball.
Oh yeah, well, I can't believe Jerry Weinstein actually thought in the Last Dance that Michael Jordan could have made a major league team. Yeah, 10-1 home run. The only way I can see Michael
Yeah.
Jordan actually making a baseball team if that team sucked and you just want to get the attendance up. That's it. And I don't know why athletes think you can transition to baseball. Baseball is hard. Baseball is the hardest sport to transition to. Except for Bill
Oh
Jackson,
yeah, I
Deion
can see
Sanders.
that.
Deion Sanders, Bill Jackson were,
Yeah, he was the exception to pretty much every rule
yeah.
in
Deion Sanders was
professional
not a bad
sport.
baseball player, but he was a great football player. And Bill Jackson was good at both. But I think Tom Brady was drafted as a baseball player. I think Russell Wilson was. I know Team Tebow tried out for baseball into the minors. Uh, Just that baseball is a grind, right? Like it's not like football or basketball where you go to college, university, and you most likely would make it to the pros. It's not a grind, right? It's not a grind like baseball. Baseball is a grind. You expect to struggle in the first few years to make ends meet or money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I
It's
know.
yeah, right. Like baseball is one of those sports you got to earn it. Where basketball and football, yeah, you got to earn it to be good in college, to get drafted. But in the first round, you're gonna in the first round if you get drafted in the first round, football and basketball, you get your millions. You can retire right then. You get your millions. Baseball, you got to earn it. You got to earn it. It's different. It's it's a grind. It's a grind in baseball. You got to stick it out, right? Um,
It's
usually, a
hard
lot of
work, man.
it is a lot of hard work. Most of the time, most minor leaguers fail, man. Even the top, you, you right? Basketball players, yes, sometimes there's bust in basketball and football, right? But baseball, ah, it's you got to have the mental will to stick with it.
I like to watch baseball. I wish
It's a,
we had a team here. I'd probably get season
it would
tickets.
it would do well in Nashville. I know you have a minor league team though.
Yeah, and then there's one in Bowling Green, Kentucky too. That's pretty
Did you used to
popular.
have one in Memphis?
What, a baseball team?
A minor league team in Memphis.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Cardinals? There's a Cardinals
Yeah,
team.
yeah. That sounds about right.
And Nashville is Milwaukee, right?
I don't know what the Nashville Sounds. I don't know who they are. They for the Twins?
Are they the Twins now? I don't know. I think
I don't
Twins are
either.
Rochester. Are they? I don't know. MLB,
And then
MLB.
in Bowling Green, they have the Bowling Green Hot Rods.
Well, there's a lot of minor league baseball teams chip away. They could probably get for the baseball league team. Big enough for baseball. Oh yeah, so like Baltimore is Norfolk, Boston's Worcester, New York is Scranton, Tampa Bay is Durham, but Tampa Bay is not going to play in in their stadium because it's ruined by the hurricane. So they play in a minor league park. It'd be sold
That
out.
ballpark in the ballpark in Bowling Green where the Hot Rods play is
Um,
pretty nice, man.
yeah,
I was we went
minor league games
there.
are fun.
I'm trying to find who their what their deal is.
Uh,
Oh, the Rays. They're a Ray affiliate. Rays,
oh
Tampa Bay Rays affiliate. That's their.
yeah, they're high A, single A. No high. Yeah, they're high A. Yeah, they're high. I guess they're high single A. Bowling Green's a college town, right?
Yeah, Western Kentucky University. Um, but Nashville is too, man. I mean, we've got Vanderbilt.
I'm pretty sure Milwaukee's Nashville. Yeah, Milwaukee's Nashville. It sounds. Look at this. There's some cities that could probably afford baseball teams, big enough for baseball teams.
Yeah, it's crazy. We've got Belmont, Fisk, Vanderbilt, Lipscomb.
Well, like Oakland is going to Sacramento, then they're going to Vegas. Like, Vegas is going to be the next. Vegas is going to be one of the teams to get an NBA team in the next 10 years. Guarantee Vegas will be one of the next teams to get an NBA team.
What will?
Vegas, they'll get an NBA
Oh
team
yeah.
for sure. That's
There's
like
like 20 colleges in Nashville.
I'm not surprised, man. Like you're in the South, right? That's a college. South is usually big college, right? Big college.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Some of the most uneducated places have some of the best colleges. I
That's
mean,
true.
seriously, LSU. That's
Where's
Mississippi State.
where's the University of Tennessee in Knoxville? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's where Peyton Manning's probably like a statue there or something. But he had to Tennessee State, Peyton Manning.
What's that about Peyton Manning?
Where's the university go? Did he go to Tennessee?
I don't know.
Where did Peyton Manning go to school? I love the Mannings. I can't believe they're doing. I can't believe they're Chad. I can't believe Grant Powell is doing the skit that Eli does. Chad Powers.
Mm.
Do you see that?
Who's doing? No, I didn't. So they have a new. Oh yeah, yeah. It's a movie, right, or a show?
I think it's a show. Yeah, Chad Powers.
Austin P is a pretty nice school. That's in Clarksville.
Oh
That's a
yeah, he did
nice
play
campus.
Tennessee Volunteers. Yeah, there's a paramedic win. Volunteers. Um, I want to see what else there is. Uh,
Yeah, I don't know. I Dune. I don't think Dune Prophecies for me.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it's up.
Um, Zack Snyder's doing a new movie for Netflix. Los Angeles Police Department. Action thriller.
That might be interesting. That actually intrigues me.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Um, just don't use slow motion in it, please. Like,
Oh, he's going to there. I mean, you can't. You can't. Yeah, you can't expect him not to do the
this
thing he
would
does. You know,
this would be his most realistic movie ever.
it
Like
would be his most grounded, right?
grounded, yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't
because
know the other movie is grounded.
it'll be far from realistic. I don't like. I don't. One thing that I don't like is
Go to sleep,
when
Lion. Thank you.
filmmakers when filmmakers defy the like. You can defy gravity. You can defy the laws of physics, right? You can defy all scientific explanation within the frame, right? None of that doesn't bother me. What does bother me is when a filmmaker um, composes a shot in which a camera does things, right, that a camera couldn't do.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And it goes beyond like any kind of handheld or cinema verite style where, or like Dutch angles, whatever. But like the guys that did the last Bad Boys movie.
Yeah, Bad Boys 4.
Yeah, that's like that movie. Like, why didn't they put the Batgirl movie out? Well, watch Bad Boys 4 and you'll see why. But Bad Boys 4 made a lot of money and people liked it. Yes, so it's just there's some scenes in that movie which are just like um there's an axis and they just I don't know.
Yeah,
They try to be unique and special.
that's Zack Snyder. I mean, right? Also, that slow motion stuff. Like he does too slow motion too much, especially at parts where like we don't need slow motion. And Rebel Moon, why do we need slow motion for fucking coffee beans or whatever, or for this for this?
The wheat, this is when we move the wheat. We move the grain.
I don't care. Who cares? Who cares? It's fucking wheat and grain. Oh my god, who cares? God, like, what are we gonna see in this cop movie? Oh, we're gonna see slow motion of guy getting coffee or picking up a donut, or maybe gets shot at the donut shop in slow motion and drops a donut.
Yeah, you need to find that spiritual sequel to Fast Times
Oh yeah,
that shared the trailer for because I actually like it. It's not as good as Fast Times, but there's some funny stuff in it.
man,
It's
they should
the
really do an
writer and
action. They should do an
the
action.
writer and the producer or the writer of Fast Times, Cameron Crowe, and the
Oh,
producer of Fast Times, Art Linson, directed it. So um, I like it enough for what it is, and that's pretty much how it was conceived. And it was like Fast Times. It was based on another previous piece of written work that Cameron Crowe had done. because that's how fast. That's how he got the book.
You see,
I
you see.
forget how old he was, but he went back to high school. I think he was in his early to mid
Oh,
20s, and went back to high school and pretended to be a student and researched the book. And
um. So Popeye is a horror movie.
yep, the the public domain character parody horror movies don't do it for me.
I know, but it's funny just hearing that it's gonna be a horror version of these characters. It's
You
just
know what would be funny though? Like a raunchy sex comedy version of Popeye.
oh my god.
That would be hilarious.
Yoy, yoy. I can't do it. Yeah, man.
Me spinach.
Oh man.
I need to be spinach.
If I could get Dave Coulier off of Full House, I could do it because he used to do it on the show all the time. Who did the live action Popeye? There was one.
Robin Williams.
Was it Robin Williams? Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
I
Yeah.
love that movie. Got the Blu-ray. I would buy the 4K if they put a 4K disc out.
he just puts a spinach to get all his muscles.
Here's me spinach. Olives.
And who,
This is me dad's olive squares.
horror movie, man.
That's a horrible Popeye, but
Who?
anyway.
Robin Williams?
No, he did a great. He was great in that movie.
Oh, who was
I
horrible?
did. I was doing a horrible Popeye.
I can't do a Popeye. It's obvious. Dan Aykroyd says he doesn't expect to star in another Ghostbusters film ever again. I think
That's
probably
dumb.
they're going to move on, advancing beyond the original, which they should. What has Dan Aykroyd done besides being Ghostbusters?
He's done a lot of stuff, but he hosts
a history
like
show.
a paranormal show on the
Yeah.
History Channel, doesn't he?
Yeah, him Morgan, and he does one. Morgan Freeman does one. A show, not a paranormal show, but Morgan Freeman does something else. I think William Shatner does something, and was it also Lauren Fishburne?
The Unbelievable, is that what it's called?
Yeah. Oh, Dan Aykroyd does like
Aykroyd.
And Dan Aykroyd does like strange phenomenons, right? To have
Yeah. He's got his vodka. Is it vodka in the Crystal Skull? Vodka.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. Like, shouldn't he be playing like grandpa role? Like, how does he? I don't know. Why can't he be in Ghostbusters but not be the star of Ghostbusters? Why doesn't he just do a few scenes like he did in the other ones? And,
I don't know. Get to give the new cast the shine. I mean,
yeah,
he has a shine.
Have him working in the firehouse, maintaining the giant ghost disposal system, or whatever,
Yeah. Yeah, I said working at the store where
whatever he could be doing. He could still be at the paranormal store. He would be their resource. He would be like their.
You think they could do a third movie? They probably will.
Yeah, I think they are, aren't they?
I don't know if they announced
a third movie. Yeah, a third movie.
Well, he announced
and a cartoon.
And a cartoon.
Yeah, like a animated series.
Like, I didn't mind Frozen Empire. I don't think it was that bad.
I didn't really. I just kind of had it on in the background, and they're neither one of them are bad. I don't know why anybody would say they were.
Yeah,
they're perfectly serviceable films.
Yeah, they got 2016 where they tried to go something completely different. Which
I didn't hate that movie either. It was funny. I don't know why people were the way they. Well, I mean, I know why, but.
Oh yeah.
But it's a stupid reason,
I mean, to me, Ghostbusters 3 was the video game a decade ago. To me, that was Ghostbusters 3.
Yeah. There's been a few good, decent Ghostbusters games. What's the one I played at Dave and Buster's, the big coin operator?
Oh yeah.
That you sit in. That's fun.
And the show was fun too. In the 80s, 90s show was fun. I like movies. I like most of the movies.
There was a Ghostbusters before Ghostbusters, you know.
Really?
Yeah, it was a live action Saturday morning show
Oh.
called The Ghostbusters, and it was two dudes and their gorilla, and yeah, they busted ghosts. And then after the movie came out and was such a huge success, Filmation did an animated version of Ghostbusters. That with the two wackadoodle characters and the ape.
I like Slimer. I always like Slimer.
Ghostbusters was huge, man. Just that summer, that whole summer, it was just dominated by. I mean, that was a fantastic summer. The summer of 1984.
Oh, I wasn't alive.
Magical. Oh, I was. I was becoming a man in 1984. But
yeah,
my youth pretty much was spent with my friends. I like going to the movies. Going to the movies on a Friday and Saturday night was pretty much
the thing is
all we had to do. We had the arcade, skating rink. We had the soda shop, deli, like in our neighborhood, right? So all us kids, all we really had to do was go to the movies, man.
I got the tail end of that in like the early 90s because I was like 6, 7 years old in the early 90s. So I got the tail end of that kind of stuff, because arcade was still around in the early 90s. And the mall, it's it was an 80s thing. A lot of that stuff is 80s, but it was still around in the 90s.
The early 90s. Yeah, there was still into the early 90s, there was still mall culture and stuff like that. Yeah, and Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Gremlins, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Red Dawn, The Karate Kid, Purple Rain, 16 Candles, Star Trek 3.
Yeah.
It's just.
You can tell the young people these days would be like, oh, Marvel and DC and all that is the reason for nerd culture now. Nope, it was the 80s.
No, Breakin', Bachelor Party, Romancing the Stone, Conan the Destroyer, Last Starfighter. No, it goes back even further than that, Aaron, because like my dad still has collectibles from stuff that he had when he was a kid, right? Whether it's like he's got little Disney figurines that are made out of that are like hand carved, right?
Yeah.
And hand painted. Fandom isn't. It's become ubiquitous and pervasive in our culture because. I think just because there's so much of it now, since the 40s and the radio, we had the radio, right, and then you had radio show fans.
I think the radio came in the 1920s, didn't it?
It was the early 20th century, right, and then you had the success of all the radio shows, and then when the television came along, many of those radio shows became television shows.
Yeah, radio shows.
Those fandoms carried over. Like my dad would probably tell you a story about going from listening to the Lone Ranger on the radio to watching him on TV, and just being blown away by that.
Superman,
you know what I mean?
Superman.
Could you imagine? Just imagine that, Aaron. Like all you ever had was comic books, and there was a movie serial. So you had a vision of Superman in your head, but you could watch him one night a week at home. You've been reading about him and listening to him your whole life, and then now you can watch it for an hour a week.
Yeah.
We don't like that kind of stuff is going to be, you won't have, I think people are craving communal experiences like that now. Mm-hmm. I think that's what the relative success of that Fight Friday night was. It's something that everyone can talk about.
Yeah.
Right. And we don't have anything like that anymore.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Where, everybody watched one show. Everybody went and saw one movie. Everybody listened to one record for an amount of time where it was something that everyone, just regardless of their race, color, creed,
Oh yeah.
could connect with and use to connect with each other, and we really don't have a mass um, a shared experience en masse anymore like that. You know,
No, I don't.
but that fight, I think, like I said, its relative success has signified that.
Yeah.
So when something's universally acclaimed, you kind of get that when something that everybody that likes it, whether regardless of how small its audience or the people that that group is, regardless of how small that group is. Like a game like Astrobot,
Yeah.
everybody I know that has played that game is like, yeah, I don't know if I've ever played a game that good, like ever, you know. And I don't disagree. Um,
Yeah.
what's a movie? What's a new movie like that just the universal acclaim, something that everybody. So it can't be too artsy fartsy, and it can't be too.
Um.
We don't have too many of those
No.
anymore. When was
I
the
just.
last big one? I guess Barbie.
I think the biggest one of all time might be Titanic.
Yeah, as far as box office goes.
I don't know if anybody ever hates Titanic though. I mean, you could find people not liking Avatar, even though Avatar's generated the most. You can find people not liking Avatar. You can
No, I
say,
know, and I think
yeah,
people who haven't seen the Avatar movies,
yeah,
who shit on Avatar,
yeah.
um, are weird.
But I think it might.
Like if you've seen them and you don't like them,
I'm,
that's I'm no gatekeeper. I don't care. Ultimately, I don't care
yeah.
what anybody likes or doesn't like. But I think if you shit on something that you've never experienced,
I to
that
me
like that's a
it might be Titanic because you can find people not like Lord of the Rings or Barbie or anything. But like, I haven't heard any. I never known anybody that did not like Titanic. Not one person. Like shit on it. I
yeah.
think it's it might be that it's very hard. It's very hard to find out in the movies. I mean, like you could find more than one person shitting on the best movies, like a movie that got 100% scores or 10 out of 10. I mean, you can find somebody shitting on Sonic Redemption. You can find somebody shitting on that, or like stuff like that, right?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I know. It's like I was trying to find something that's like somebody shit on you. Like, man, you're really just a horrible person, aren't you?
Yeah, and that's to me that's Titanic, man. If you shit on Titanic, you are a horrible person.
Well, I mean, I can understand. Like, I get it if young people want to be, edgy and stuff, and they're like, "Hey, it's not my like everybody. Every kid's like that, you know."
Edgy.
Yeah, I guess what
Sometimes
are the edge lords today?
if they want things to be edgy, you're gonna guarantee not get a good story.
No, what I'm saying, the kids are edgy and like they think that
Well,
Titanic is cringe or whatever word they use that isn't a verb. Um,
oh, well, to me, if people want edgy stuff, you're probably not gonna get the best movie on it. You know,
yeah, I know. I think everything's got to have a. Well, I don't mind an edge. I like edgy stuff, but yeah, not everything can be edgy. You don't want. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm watching The Honeymooners right now.
yeah.
Honeymooners was edgy. No, it wasn't edgy at all. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think like Zack Snyder edgy. 'Cause Zack Snyder's his edgy is more like kinky edge. It's a kinky stuff. Like
Yeah, I'm curious to see. That's going to be interesting to see him make like a regular movie.
I guarantee you, there's gonna get grape in it. It's a cop movie. Will probably have grape. Zack Snyder will probably have grape in it.
Some form of essay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know why they sign up to be in a Zack Snyder movie. The actors, they know it's not good. I can't believe I can't believe they're giving. I
Uh,
mean,
they got to work, man.
oh, that's true. I just say I can't believe Netflix is still giving work. I mean, like,
Oh,
I
I
mean,
can. I mean, I think that his overall deal. I don't know if this is part of it being renewed, but I think he's on on a project by project basis now. He's not. I don't think he's
He doesn't
locked
have a
into any.
contract like 3 years.
No, yeah, he's not. Yeah, no, I don't think he has. There's no number of projects he has to deliver. There's no time. It's just he's on a project by project writer. So
So there's a chance Rebel Moon may not get three may not get be made then.
I don't know what is going to happen with that quote franchise unquote. It just kind of didn't move the needle,
No.
and I guess when you have that much shit, you throw that much shit to the
And no,
wall. It's hard
Net,
to.
and Netflix
I'm not
does.
talking about Snyder. I'm talking about Netflix.
The thing is, Netflix acquires good films from independent films, but their films,
Yeah, and they're going to get back to that. You're going to see every streamer
yeah,
that doesn't have their own cable
yeah,
outlet, essentially just stick to buying independently made features.
and
You know,
then you're starting to see like actors and directors speaking out against streaming services like Netflix. Like, why are we doing this for a streaming service? We might. Why? This is a $200 million budget film. Why is this going to service? This should be the
because
theaters.
that's the deal you made. That's
It is
my
dealing
answer to
me.
them because that's the
But we
deal.
should have told them that. You should have told them that when you're negotiating. Like,
No, I think that's what they're hearing, but I don't see any harm in. It's not as expensive. Well, that's not necessarily true. It's not as difficult to get your movie into theaters as it used to be.
no.
Really, just as far as delivering the content, as I like to say today, much easier to, especially if you've got a finished film and you're taking it on the festival circuit and you don't have a distributor yet. The likelihood that you have it on a digital cinema package for that any theater can ingest into their system and show.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a lot easier than having prints of your movie made and
Independent
struck and
films. Yeah,
yeah. So
at those festivals, it's for basically for studios executives to see if it's to think about.
yeah, to generate buzz for their own in-house
Yeah,
productions and to pick up
it's also for like for the
pick up
independent film is for negotiating, right? It's for competition with the studios. All right, so like
well, you also like a big thing about Con was always that you pre-sold movies there to get the
yeah,
money to make them.
yeah.
Right. So you go there with a fake movie poster, you go there with your script,
I
you
always
go there with maybe an actor or two attached to the
I
project,
always wondered.
and then that's the
I
movie
always wondered if you have no distribution, how did the people in the movie get paid?
because you had
If you don't have a
because you
studio,
had because your film was you still find it depends on if anybody did get paid,
okay,
right? But if you like if I don't know what's an end of like an end yeah, I don't know, like take a movie like Clerks, right?
Clerks, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know what everybody on that movie got paid.
not very,
That
probably
movie.
not very much.
No, not very much at all, right? And I'm sure after the
And
success and like I know Kevin made it right
what do you think?
with everyone.
Was the Apprentice an independent film? The Sebastian Stan movie?
I want to say not initially,
Oh, okay.
but it could have been. I don't know. So a movie like The Substance. The Substance was
Yeah.
the Substance was a studio movie, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And
Also,
yeah, The Substance was a studio movie that they dropped, and then movie picked it up and put it in theaters, and they've made like $80 million, and it's still
That's
in
good.
theaters and it's streaming now.
I mean, because like independent films get like really good cast members, A-list celebrities, and they probably don't make like people think A-list celebrities are making the millions for every film. No, if they're an independent film, they're making six figures.
If they're making anything at all, Aaron, that's the thing, is that sometimes the only way these movies get made is
they have to take it to
somebody like Demi Moore doesn't take a payday because she believes in the project so much that she even puts money into it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right? Or they put their own finances into it sometimes.
Yeah, they get an that's how a lot of actors end up with executive producer credits on the smaller and intimate projects.
They don't get paid in millions. They get they probably guess they pay six
on the
figures.
back end. I'm gonna guess on the back end.
Yeah.
If it does well, they might. Yeah, it looks like The Apprentice is a wholly an international co-production between Canada, Denmark, Ireland, and the United States.
They had to release that movie right before the election.
Yeah, but it didn't. It didn't.
Can you imagine if it did? Can you imagine that movie made like 500 million because people changed their vote to Trump because of the movie?
No, everybody wants to change. Everybody wants to change their votes now.
I know. I hear you. Yeah. But they can't do that. They can't do that for 4 years.
You sure can't.
Oh, it's how would you get conned?
Weird.
So how would you get conned?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm tired too, man. I gotta go, man. All right.
Well, you have a good night, man. Take it easy.
You too. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below, guys.